There we go. Now it's recording. There's too many buttons. Let's see if I can get this done before my roommate comes home for our lunch break. Today we're going to talk about a very special creature. And this is called the Hopkinsville Goblin. It's all the way from Kentucky. It's also known as the Kelly Hopkinsville Encounter. Definitely don't like that name. I'm gonna do this one. I'm also gonna read off of the Wikipedia page. We're gonna have some fun today. Just to give you some background into the Hopkinsville Goblin. Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville Goblins case, or the Kelly Greenman case of the Kelly Hopkins. Yeah, Goblins. Was claimed. This was a claimed close encounter with extraterrestrial beings in 1995 near Kelly and H-Town in Christian County, Kentucky, United States. Ufologists regarded as one of the most significant and well-documented cases in the history of UFO incidents. While skeptics say the reports were due to the effects of excitement and misidentification of natural phenomenon such as meteors and owls, the United States Air Force classified the alleged incident as a hoax in the Project Blue Book files. I'm gonna make him smaller. Let me draw the body first, so maybe I can get the positioning of it right. Because I really want to get this weird foot thing that I did in my sketch. This room is a disaster right now, which is my own fault, because I just keep putting stuff in this room to deal with later, and it's later now. Doesn't mean I'll actually deal with it. This is probably going to be one of my favorite ones that I've done. I'm just not going to be able to get the ears. Again, it's fine. A little background on this encounter. On the evening of August 21st, 1955, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at the Hopkinsville police station claiming that small alien creatures from spaceship were attacking their farmhouse and they had been holding them off with gunfire for nearly 4 hours. 2 of the adults, Elmer Sutton and Billy Ray Taylor, claimed they had been shooting at 12 to 15 short, dark figures with repeatedly popped up at the doorway or appeared into the windows. Sorry, I didn't read this beforehand, so I can't draw and read at the same time, which is unfortunate because I would love to be able to draw and read at the same time. I like multitasking, and that would be very multitasking. Concerned about a possible gun battle between local citizens, 4 city police, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police from the nearby U.S. Army Fort Campbell drove to Sutton farmhouse located near the town of Kelly in Christian County. Their search yielded nothing apart from the evidence of gunfire and holes in the window and door screens made by firearms. Residents of the farmhouse included Glennie Lankford, her children Lonnie, Carlton, and Mary, 2 sons from previous marriage, Elmer Lucky Sutton, John Charlie J.C. Sutton, and their respective wives Vera, Aleen's brother O.P. Baker, and Billy Ray Taylor and his wife June. A lot of their claims, because they were carnival workers, a lot of their claims kind of went unfounded by officials because it was like they're carnies. Like, what are they gonna... Like, this just sounds like a hoax within a hoax kind of thing to them. Like, I remember that from subsequent podcasts that deal with the Hopkinsville Goblins. I didn't really think that I would have such a problem saying Hopkinsville, but it's like I want to say Hopkinsville because that just sounds better or feels better The way that these things are depicted is really weird. Family's claims received widespread coverage in local and national press. Early articles did not refer to little green men. The color was later added to some newspaper stories. Estimates of the size of the alleged creatures varied from 2 feet to 4 feet, and details such as large pointed ears, claw-like hands, eyes that glowed yellow, and spindly legs later appeared in various media. So that's kind of like really the only description that we get. And because it showed up in later media, we're not sure if that's like something that the family believe, or like what they believe they saw that night. Some explanations as to what these creatures could potentially be, like what I mentioned earlier, were owls. And if you've ever seen a baby owl, they are freaky looking. Owls are kind of floofy, and they have lots of fluff to them, and they're adorable. And then baby owls are just less floofy and kind of terrifying looking. They have like big old eyes and their skinny little bodies, and then they stretch themselves out like the way that owls do. So you know how owls can kind of do this nonsense with their bodies, but they're like skinny. It's creepy, but I like owls. Artistic renderings kind of show these guys as like super ripped. So what's kind of cool is that psychologists Rodney Schmaltz and Scott Lilienfeld cite the alleged incident as an example of pseudoscience and an extraordinary claim to help students develop critical thinking skills. It is possible, if not likely, that the aliens were great horned owls, and there is some evidence that the eyewitnesses may have been intoxicated during the alien attack. So given that, it's disputed whether or not this actually happened, and if they were necessarily intoxicated, they could have mistaken what they were dealing with, which is entirely possible. But at the same time, it's like these people live out in the woods, so that's like you would think that they know what an owl looks like. And great owl horns are big, but they also fly, and I don't believe that there was any evidence of them flying. They were just kind of like skittering around like creepy little bug-eyed aliens they are. I don't know what to do for the background. The goblins are kind of weird to me. I mean, I like the story of them. However, again, it's like one of those alien stories, and I'm not super keen on aliens. Ooh. Did not finish your arm there, buddy. I'm sorry. But because these creatures are said to be green, however, they're not, that didn't come around till later. I'm actually going to do something completely different, and I'm gonna make them purple. Why? Because if you're a Pokemon fan like me, you'll have heard of a Pokemon named Sableye, and Sableye are actually said to be inspired by the Hopkinsville Goblins, which I think is very interesting. So I'm going to make them purple, but I don't have a purple that's like the right shade, so I'm just going to make them light purple. And so that will be my kind of look at my pop culture references. Are cryptids pop culture? I mean, they're definitely nerd culture, and I'm definitely a nerd. Ugh, this marker smells bad. This also seems to be one of the markers that are drying out like really fast, considering that I got these markers like back in March. It was a time when I still had a P.O. box. I do have a P.O. box. Where I live, the town is so small that a lot of people don't actually have mailboxes. Like, none of the mailboxes are outside of the house. Like, they're all on the main street. So nobody has... If you want to go get your mail from the mailbox, you have to walk like a block to get it, which isn't terrible. I mean, this is actually a very walking-friendly place. There was a point where we were told that our house specifically didn't have a mailbox, which turned out to be a lie because I found it. It had like our house number on it and everything, and I was like, hey, Mr. Mailman, why does this have our house number on it? Can you tell me that? The liar. But yeah, we still have the P.O. box. We probably won't have it after this year because we're still, like, all the stuff that we had shipped to the mailbox, we had to have, we're slowly changing, like, what gets sent to the house, and a lot of the time it's like, I just switched my coffee subscription over to being delivered to the house instead of being delivered to the P.O. box. Which was it wasn't a hassle. It was just like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting to do that kind of thing. This is very green. It says it's a lighter green on the sheet, so I'm hoping that it dries lighter. Sable eyes have ruby eyes. I'm gonna make them yellow, just to be contrary. The reason I brought up the P.O. box is because when we had just the P.O. box, we didn't have an actual mailbox. Or the post office said we didn't have an actual mailbox. I had to order these alcohol markers, but I couldn't. The P.O. box won't. The post office won't let you order like certain things to have shipped to the P.O. box because like it's like considered like dangerous materials. So it's like I have to send it to like an actual mailbox, but we didn't have an actual mailbox. So I had to send it to my roommate's workplace, which was, you know, a great place to send those kind of materials. If you knew where my roommate worked, you would understand why that's a hazard. I don't want to do pink because I did pink here. I don't really have a nice enough yellow. Maybe I could do, I mean, it looks like a highlighter yellow, but it supposedly comes out like a nice canary, which I much prefer canary. Another reason why I kind of wanted to go purple instead of green is because if you've been following me for the past couple of weeks, the last two I did were green, and even my Bigfoot has a lot of green in the background, so I was kind of like, I've done a lot of green lately, so doing purple and kind of going, hey, Pokemon, yeah, you know, being a nerd, having that option. Which it's funny that Sableye is purple, even though it is described as being a little green man, even if that is in like later descriptions of it by the media. What's funny to me about that is that in one of the later Pokemon generations, there is a Pokemon that is called LGM, but it's spelled, how is it spelled? LGM? I think. Yeah, and it evolves into whatever. I don't remember what it evolves into. It evolves into another pun. That's an actual like alien Pokemon. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I have no idea. It's gonna be another situation of like, hey, where's the light coming from? It's like, yeah, that's none of your business. There is really not a good shading color to this. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, a lot of the artist interpretations have them having these big old heads with big bulgy eyes, and they're very top heavy. Like they have like these big old chests and these skinny little legs, and as you can tell from my drawings and subsequently, I am incapable of drawing skinny little legs. I don't know why that is. Like even when I was drawing like Sailor Moon stuff, like I cannot draw skinny legs, like to save my life. So everybody has legs like really thick thighs, and you know, I'm here for it. Murder by thigh. I enjoy doing these quickly. That means I can do other things. I mean, that's the point of these vlogs, is to be like something that I can do quickly with very little effort. Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. Oh man, I should have taken a picture of Rizzy today. We have this pile of pillows in the computer room, and she will just go in there and just pass out on them. So I'll go in there and she will look up at me and she will start whining for no reason whatsoever. Just like there's no reason for her to be whining because nothing is wrong. She's been fed, she's been outside, but it's because I'm not sitting down in the computer room, and that's why she's upset. And it's like, how can you be up and walking around when I am lonely in here? And she just gave me like this pathetic look today. I'm just like, I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. I really gotta put something in the background. I don't know what to do for the background. You know what? Maybe I wonder if I can make these look like bullet holes. It's like, I would look at what bullet holes look like. However, my phone is currently being used to record this. It looks like a plush carpet, or not plush, in chairs where you have these buttons. Yeah, it looks more like that. Maybe the sable eye. Sable eye. Maybe the goblin was sleeping with like one of the carney's wives. What was I talking about? Okay, so eventually what's going to happen to this room is that I'm going to have a station over here somewhere where I have my laptop set up. I have 3 computers, 4 if you count my phone. Because of those computers, I don't really have a lot of space for all of them. Okay, so the reason I have 3 different computers is because one is my computer from Houston, where I originally am from. The other one is the one I bought when I moved here, which is actually a stronger computer and is capable of playing games and recording them at the same time, which is what I use for my other channel. And my laptop I actually bought secondhand because at the time I needed a laptop for, and this was back in Houston, and I needed a laptop for something, and I don't remember what it was, but I wound up using it for just in my living room so I can watch TV and be on the computer at the same time. But what I want to do with that laptop is I want to move it in here so that when I'm using my phone, wait, where's the camera? Oh, there it is. When I'm using my phone, I can look stuff up on my laptop, but also like on videos where I'm not vlogging, I can play videos and watch YouTube or whatever. Alright, so there's my Hopkinsville Goblin. There's a lot of people who've covered the Goblin on various, podcasts. They're also covered a lot in pop culture, like I mentioned, Pokemon, which is why my little guy is purple. They're called Hopkins in the Pathfinder role-playing game. They were the inspiration for Critters, the comedy horror from 1986. There is a Annoyance Theater's musical called It Came from Kentucky in Chicago, and that is based off of the encounter, as well as the American television series Project Blue Book's 4th episode in the 2nd season on the History Channel focuses on the encounter, first airing February 11th, 2020, so it's a very recent one. But yeah, things about the History Channel and aliens doesn't surprise me, considering who owns it, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, there is my little goblin joining his Chupacabra and Sigbin family members. Just so that you guys remember what my Bigfoot looks like. Yeah. Next week, we are going to... Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to spoil what next week is going to be, but I'm really excited for it. But that means we're actually going to start a new page because I need another one of this size. And then the very last video of the series will be me putting them in to their frame. Yeah, my next plan for this room is to clean it up a lot more and make space more usable. Because it's like, this is my art room, this is the craft room, this is also the sewing room. I'll just leave it open here, so that when my roommate comes in, she can just be like, why are you doing this? And I will just be like, I don't know, I just am. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what you liked in the comments below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.